something about store-bought like classics that just are so nostalgic.
Oh,
yeah.
It kind of takes you back to your childhood.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like my mom does not love cooking. She doesn't like the mess it makes. Like that's
I've
her
heard
least
this before about Myra.
Yes, she makes like 3 things that she understands how to like keep clean while she's doing. She just doesn't like mess. And so we did a lot of like store-bought versions of things. We always had stuff in the freezer, everything like that. But like doing a little revamp, it feels really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what my sorry.
We're so excited.
One of my favorite ones was Sloppy Joe's.
Yes, like the can.
The man. The say the word.
Gentleman.
The gentleman sandwich. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for like that creamy cheese in a jar.
Yes, I do. My best friend is allergic to nuts, and that's always what he did on celery. And I was like, what a delight.
Yeah,
so good.
It's so good. I don't know if it is good, but it is.
Listen, Myra Berg always has a jar of that in her fridge, and it's a delight. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the little crackers and cheese where you had like 3 crackers and then this tiny bit
the
of
red
cheese
stick?
spread with the red stick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember
How
this?
does that ever keep us full?
It
Like,
didn't.
What were
It
we
didn't.
doing?
No,
You know?
it didn't.
Where was the nutrition value? I don't know.
0.
No one was thinking about fiber back then.
No.
These things are all so classic that we're not saying the words in a really.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Do you remember the one? It was like a fruit that was rolled up.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
And they had ones that came out, and they had like temporary tattoos on them. And I was like, did we not believe in germs back then? Because like you would lick it and put this sticky fruit snack on your arm and be like, I have a tattoo. And I was like, ew.
Then eat it.
Yeah, guys, what a wild time. You guys have been such an amazing audience. So Jay, we have some questions maybe.
We have some questions. Are you all going to hang around for the questions?
Oh, yeah. I like
Thank you.
it.
You have nowhere to go?
No, we have too good of a time.
Okay, so questions from our audience. Put your hand up nice and high. I'm going to come
that was
straight to
good.
this
That was a
lovely
good one,
lady.
yeah.
If you can stand up for me and then ask your question. Give us your name.
Helen Tobacco.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
So we just heard about all kinds of great comfort foods.
Yeah.
And I am wondering, what is your go-to comfort food if it was the only one you could eat for the rest of your life?
Come on, that's a hard one.
Ellen, that was a good one. Andrea, I'm making you go first.
All right, I do something that isn't too odd, but it's a reminiscent of when my nanas used to make rolled sandwiches for showers.
Yeah.
I love a piece of toast with like cream cheese and a load of olives.
Olives.
No, olives. But you have to have the salt, right? And the cream cheese. And I don't know, that's my go-to. And I don't know, it's just nostalgic.
I think everyone has a name for those sandwiches. They're like tea sandwiches.
Party sandwiches.
Party sandwiches.
Yeah.
We always called them funeral sandwiches in our house. Because you always got them it's the best part of a funeral.
See, we only got them at like the holidays or like bridal showers.
And sometimes you get a
like that.
pinwheel.
Oh, yeah.
What a
That's
delight.
when you know you're living the
Living
life.
life. Alex, what about you?
Mine would be the Sloppy Joe's, I think.
Yeah.
If we're talking that kind of comfort food, but like when we would make it at home when I was a kid, we wouldn't serve it like a sandwich.
Yeah.
It'd be like open face.
Oh, like a knife and fork.
And then we would melt cheese on top of
come
it.
on.
So
Yeah.
grated cheddar on top of the Sloppy Joe.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The Jaya?
Tuck
Okay,
in.
so I'm going back home. A hot, steaming pot of my mom's chicken biryani. Oh. I could just hug it if
Yes.
it wasn't so hot. It's so good. It's just right. Like every culture has a version of rice and chicken.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah.
And anytime, the tradition that we had at home is every time she'd make it, she'd have a piece of tin foil plus the lid to trap the steam.
Yeah.
And I'd be the first to sort of unveil the biryani and bask
That's a
in
dream.
its steam. It's incredible.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I feel like for me, my husband Aaron does something we call the Aaron special at home. And it's anytime I'm tired, maybe I don't want to cook that night, and he just he marinates real quick in like chilies and soy, a really quick piece of salmon that he does, and then just some
lovely.
steamed rice and steamed broccoli. And it is so plain, it looks like a cartoon. Like if you were asked to draw a plate of food, this is what you would draw with the starch and the veg and the protein. And it's one of my faves.
Well, now I feel bad after your guys.
No.
Pick like a comfort food that was like a store-bought thing.
No, I will give you, Alex, one of my things that I used to do, and it is true nostalgia for me, is my mom would always do the boxed mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And we were always like white sandwich bread people growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we know the
And
one.
you know the one, and it would be that sandwich bread, not toasted, nothing, margarine or butter.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd call it a taco. I'd put the boxed mac and cheese on it and eat it like a taco. Honestly, if I ate that right now, I'd be thrilled. Little ketchup on there, you're in for a treat. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Logan. Yeah.
I just
Awesome,
realized
thank you.
that they're taking our ice
Yeah,
cream
this is
away.
Logan. Logan's killing it.
happens. Sometimes they take the food before we can eat it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, did we have any other questions?
Okay, next question. Put your hand up. We're going to go to this lovely lady back here.
Oh, right on, right on.
And give us your name and
Ooh, I
then
like
give
your
us your
shirt.
question, please.
Janice Calder.
Hi, Janice.
Hi. For people that really detest bell peppers, and they don't like me either, what can you substitute in recipes?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is it all bell peppers?
All bell.
All bell peppers. See, I feel like I know my mom really doesn't love like a green bell pepper. It sometimes doesn't love her too much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this, Andrea. What do you think on
Wow,
that
you're
one?
putting me on the hot seat.
I know. I'm sorry. It's because you love a bell pepper.
I do love a bell. I would say, I mean, it depends, but I like zucchini.
I was gonna say the
it
same.
kind of
Yeah,
has
yeah.
the same texture
Yeah.
to it. Zucchini's a good one.
I would say zucchini. It depends on how you're serving it.
Yeah.
You want that crunch as well. I think something like Andrea did a salad recently on the show, a pasta salad that had like snow or snap peas in it.
Oh, yeah.
For that crunch with that
Yeah.
little bit of tender, that crispiness, I think would be really nice. So if you were using it raw, something
Yeah.
like that might be
Totally.
nice. But cooked, I think zucchini gets a
Yeah.
little kind of sweet and almost has that creamy pepperiness
Yes.
that kind of goes. That might be a nice one. Yeah, I love that question. Good
There
question.
you go. Thank you
Yeah,
very much for the
nicely done.
question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Jay, what else do we have?
All right, put your hand up. Who's next? Oh, you're making me work.
Oh, I was
Actually,
gonna say,
no,
you're
right
walking.
here.
Oh, here we go.
It's
Work
less
it, Jay,
walking
work
if I
it.
go
There
right
we
in front of
go.
you.
Hi
Okay,
there.
so stand up, give us your name and then your question.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Genomo. I
Jennifer.
do not know how to cook.
Okay.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what recipe would be easy enough for me to start?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Do you like do you like everything? Or
Yes.
you okay? Honestly, one of the things that I'm really, really into right now, I like meatballing anything. But like meatballs are actually really easy to make, especially if you're baking them in the oven. I'm gonna go get.
Ooh,
this
you know what
thing.
I like to do while you're getting
yeah,
some-
yeah.
I like to do meatballs. I know everyone likes to fry them and
Yeah.
sort of like, or put them in the oven, but you can actually just put them right in warm sauce and they'll poach in there and they'll
Yeah.
stay nice and warm. That's kind of just like a different way to do it.
So
Totally.
I think like for people who are beginning,
Yeah.
any recipe that's like braising anything.
Oh, braising!
Yes.
You feel
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah,
yeah.
This
And
is a good
it's hard to mess it up.
Yeah. If you are doing anything that you want to kind of portion out, the thing with meatballs is it doesn't just have to be like meatballs and red sauce. You can do, you can mix different kind of like Middle Eastern
Yeah.
spices
Yeah.
into them,
Like an
into
herb
pork
sauce,
or
a
something,
green
and
herb
do
sauce,
so
yeah.
many different things in them. They're really good. But if you have one of these, this is like a little disher. This is your savior. You don't even have to touch the meat.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who don't cook are also worried they don't want to touch like the raw stuff like
Yeah.
that. Whereas if you just scoop this and ploop it right down onto like a parchment-lined baking sheet and pop that in the oven, you're gonna get perfect meatballs every time.
And you can even freeze them for later.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
I'm gonna actually start a Mary Berg dictionary and I'm gonna put ploop in there. She comes up like with the best words. Yeah.
I mean, scooping and blooping. But that's a really good question. I'm not gonna lie, I know it sounds intimidating. Roasting a chicken will make you feel like you are a wizard.
Oh, yeah.
Like just put the vegetables underneath, pop a chicken on. You really don't have to do much to it, and just pop it
agree.
in the oven. And if you really want it easy, this sounds fancy, but spatchcocking it, you could also
Yeah.
get someone else to do it. You cut out the backbone and flatten it. It's perfect.
But any meat recipe that you're approaching, like especially chicken, if you're using bone-in,
oh yeah.
yeah,
You can never
you're gonna
overcook
get
it
a lot
pretty
more
much.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot less likely you're gonna overcook it if you're
Yeah.
just getting into cooking.
And don't be
Yeah.
afraid of making mistakes. Like
No.
just go and
No.
do it.
Do
it.
You're
Yes.
gonna eat it anyways.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
get in there and
Also,
make a mess.
a meat
Yeah.
thermometer is your best friend. One of the leave-in ones because
Yes.
it tells you when it's done.
Meat thermometer.
Yeah.
yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a great question.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Good question. Over this side.
All right, Jay, what else do we got? We are getting a walk around
Well,
today.
I got a backward one.
There you go, there you go.
And if you want to send me a picture like later on this week of what you've made, no pressure. I'm just throwing it out there. Who had their hand up here? Yes, go ahead there. Give us your name and your question.
Hi, my name's Glenda Purvis,
Hi
and
there.
after living in a condo here for 17 years, I'm moving to the East Coast.
Woo!
So I'm wondering what from the kitchen are the best things that I should take to set up my new small kitchen that you'd recommend?
This is a great
Yeah.
question. Anytime I'm writing a recipe, I try to write it using the least amount of tools or the
Yes.
most normal tools possible. For me, like in my desert island kitchen, I would have my rasp, the thing that I use to grate my
Yeah.
garlic, my cheese, my lemon zest, everything like that. It's such a great all-purpose tool. My nutmeg, yes, thank you very much. Almost forgot that one. I would do that. I would have probably, if I was gonna even just have one skillet, I would have cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be fancy and enameled. It can just be like a plain, looks like a cowboy would use it cast iron skillet. I think a lot of people are nervous that it takes a lot to take care of, but it really doesn't. It's super simple to take care of. And the more you use it, the better it gets. A good wooden spoon. I also like a spatula that's the scrapey spatula that's shaped kind of bowly.
Oh,
Do you know the one?
A silicone.
A silicone spatula is good.
It's good for everything.
We love a fish spatula.
Love a fish spatula.
Yeah, like if you're doing one of the like a flippy
Yeah,
spatula.
and I'll say like knives is always a big question. I find people have a big question about knives.
Yes.
I'd say you kind of can get away with 3 knives, maybe 4, but a good paring knife,
Yep.
right? Because you can. I mean, let's be honest. All the nonas are peeling everything with
I was
paring
gonna
knives
say,
anyway,
yeah,
right? A good chef's knife, like something like a 7 or 8 inch chef's knife.
I like a 7. Yeah.
I do like a bread knife.
I was about to say a serrated knife.
A serrated knife
Goes a
is
long
important.
way.
My husband literally uses it for everything.
I was just saying, Andrea Beckett's husband only needs a serrated
Yeah,
knife.
apparently.
But, yeah.
Apparently.
You know what's a good
Yeah.
one that I find like as chefs we overlook sometimes when we make these lists?
Carving knife.
Or a bench scraper.
Oh,
Bench
yes,
scraper.
a bench scraper.
Okay,
I love mine because you can even clean stuff with it. too.
Yes.
Like, it's like
A bench scraper is like this, basically like a little rectangle of metal that's really great to pick up all your vegetables you've chopped and plop them into the pan all at once, so it makes
You
cooking
can
a lot
cut
quicker.
dough with it.
Yeah.
And that
You
way you
clean
don't
with
dull
that.
your knife, because a lot of people are doing this with
Yeah.
their
Right,
knives
yeah.
constantly on their boards and they're dulling them.
Dulling
So
it.
I would say too, if you do get a knife, like if you're not super into cooking, a chef's knife,
Yeah.
a paring knife,
Yeah.
and a bread knife
Exactly.
is really
That's
all
all
you
you
need.
need.
Or I really like a santoku, which is a little.
Oh, I love a
different.
santoku.
Yeah.
And to keep those knives sharp, if you can get an electric knife sharpener,
Yeah.
Oh.
it'll change your life.
This is
Yeah.
blowing my mind. Okay.
You don't have to take it anywhere. You do it yourself.
Yeah.
You just go shh, 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 and then you're good to go.
See, this is
Yeah.
good.
Don't
Or
need
you
that.
have the guy that you think is an ice cream man in your neighborhood ringing the bell. And if you're moving to the East Coast, I can bet you're going to have one of
Yeah,
those guys. He can sharpen your knives for you too.
That's awesome. I love that.
Guys, thank you so much for your questions. This was you were such a fantastic audience. What a good day. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.